Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, it's your brother, the Great Millstone Charlotte. Come with another live lesson to the spirit and power how about Shem Shai. First and foremost, we want to start by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah HaKudash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, and peace and blessings to the whole elect, pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, so this is just a response to a brother video, the brother Amawan Gabar, right? And he said, this could be the last season of Mirth, man, right? The last, Thanksgiving, the last Christmas, the last New Year's, the last Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, all these various holidays, right? This Mirth spirit, that's in Babylon the Great. This could be the last time that we have to endure, being in this wickedness, man, because we're watching, this place circle the drain, as brothers often make mention of. So these times, we're seeing that the destruction of America hastening, right? So we can see that this may very well be the last season of all these mirthful activities, man.
That's right. Right.
So brother could grab that Ezekiel 21.
Con, this is Ezekiel chapter 21. Let's get verse 9. It says, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith the Lord. Say, a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It contamineth the rod of my son as every tree, and he hath given it to be furbished that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer.
Now, we know that sword, right, is the judgment of the Lord, man, right? And ultimately going into those nuclear missiles, right? But it's going into the death that he's about to bring upon this place, man, right? And it's ready, it's already prepared, right? The plagues are prepared, the famine is prepared, right? The sedition is prepared, World War III is prepared. All these things, are being set in motion, right? That snowball effect is taking place, and it's about to start ramping up, as we go into 2024, right? So the season of mirth that we're in right now, you can already see, right, that the spirit of Babylon is gone, right? That mirthful spirit, people are, clinging on, for dear hope, right? Trying to hold on to the Christmas spirit, trying to hold on to this Thanksgiving holiday spirit, trying to hold on to this New Year's spirit, right? You can see them grasping, they're grasping for straws at this point, man, right? Because they know, the mirth is gone from the land, right? The joy and the happiness has been removed, and we're about to see, a great turmoil has come upon Babylon, man, right? So we might not be, here for another mirth seasons, man, right? This winter solstice, right? That Esau Edom likes to do all their witchcrafts in, man, right? This could be the very last one.
I got two. This is Ezekiel chapter 12 and verse 27. It says, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Yasha'Allah say the vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesied of times that are far off. That's a lot of times when people say, oh, that's going to happen, my children's generation, oh, that's going to happen, we got nothing but time. That's essentially what they're saying, but we can see that these things are coming into fruition. Like they just came out with a thing with the different cell phone companies. They're saying, like, if you're not seeing things within the agreements of society, they can potentially fine you like $500, just like the things they set into place, while Esau may not be using those things currently, he just pretty much setting it up to where when he pulls it out, it's pretty much unavoidable, if you're not going along with society. I'm gonna keep going. It says, therefore say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord power. And that's what we see starting to take place. Psalms 119 and 126. It's time for the Lord to work because they have made void that law. You see, seeing the judgments, and we're seeing Esau ramp up in his wickedness in that the draconian measures. I got one more. This is Ezekiel chapter 13 and verse 10. It says, because they have seduced my people, saying peace, and there was no peace, and one built up a wall, and lo, others daubed it with untempered mortar. You see, going into the different false strongholds that these false prophets are giving to 2/3 of the nation of Israel. You see, but pretty much they saying peace and it's no peace. We can see that things are pretty much ramping up like he was going into.
Hey, I got a precept for you, brother. This is
Lord.
Isaiah 24 and verse 11. It says, "There's a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone." So just going back to that point, the mirth of the land, this Christmas spirit, this whole holiday spirit, we see it fading away, right? Now this is going into, even more further in the future, how things is going to be completely left desolate. Crying for wine in the streets, meaning a crying for answers, a crying for a solution to all these problems, and the responses that people are going to want and pretty much thirst for, right? So pretty much we're seeing that right now. We're seeing people on social media, you know, talking about all these things that's going to happen. What's going to happen in 2024. Uh, oh, talking about how they're trying to get right with the Most High, all this and that. But this thing's going to ramp up even more further. People going to start looking for the prophets for answers, man. People going to start looking for the Hebrew Israelites to come out there and tell them what's going to happen. When we're out here right now, the videos is going out. We're out there in the highways and byways. But once these things start getting more and more, I guess you could say, compressed, people start getting more and more, start feeling that struggle. Hey, all this is going to ramp up more and more. People are going to start asking, inquiring, right? And that mirth of the land being gone and all joy being darkened, hey, we're seeing that happen right now. It's gradually, man. We're seeing that year by year. It's gradually fading down, man. Hey, that mirth is out of here, man. Like the brother said, hey, hopefully this might be the last year we see this bullshit going on, man. This whole Christmas caroling, Christmas spirit, it's over, man.
That's right. Hey, people gonna start feeling that squeeze, man. Right? They
That's
don't
right.
feel, things getting tight, and it's already tight right now, man. Right? People are just, holding on to the glory days, But we can see, right? The mirth is gone, right? You read, I think it's Jeremiah 25th chapter. Let me see if I can find this line. But the mirth is gone from this place, man. There's no more happiness. There's no more joy. And you can see it on the spirits of these people, man. I was just talking to the brother Tazamak the other day, right? And I was like, you can see it in the eyes of these people, that they don't want to be doing this. They know, that they're only doing this, they try to cling to some semblance of hope, man. Could you grab that Jeremiah 25:10?
God, I got that. This is Jeremiah 25 and verse 10. It says, "Moreover, I will take from them the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride, the sound of millstones and the light of the candle."
Right. The voice of gladness, the voice of mirth, right? All joy, right, is going to be darkened, right? Everything is going to be in turmoil, man. Evils and only evils. And we see
Mhm.
these things intensify, right, day by day, man. Right? We see, the World War III talks, right? We see Russia continuing to get more and more bold. We see, Iran making plots against these Amalekites, man. Right? We
Mhm.
see Bill Gates and the WEF and all their subsidiaries making plans for this Agenda 2030, which we know they're going to have to move quickly, right, in order to get these things off the ground, man. Right? We see the mark of the beast infrastructure, right, being laid, that groundwork being laid, man. All these things, are happening quickly, faster and faster, man. Right, and it's all the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Shai at the end of the day, right? But we see this, and it's all starting with the happiness and the joy of these people because their happiness comes through their pride, man. Right, we live in a prideful society, right? So once this pride starts to be taken out, right, this is when you're gonna see these people for who they truly are, man. Right, and it's gonna be all out chaos as a result.
That's right. Hey, if I may say as well, you know, uh, another reason why the mirth is being gone from this land, man, is because people are starting to realize that this is the end.
Hmm.
Hey, it's being made evident in their eyes that, hey, America don't got much longer, man.
Exactly.
If the way things are going, talking about famines, this talk of famine, talk of economic collapse, talk about World War III, talks about all these things that's written about in the scriptures. It's unavoidable now. So they're
Exactly.
gonna have to, face the facts. A face life as the way it is, man. And that's why the mirth is gone, man. They know they ain't got another year left, man.
Right. We can go to that First Thessalonians 5th chapter.
This is First Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 1, and it reads, "But of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of Yahweh so cometh as a thief in the night."
Right. And a thief isn't coming in, right, giving himself away, man. Right. These things are gonna come upon you suddenly, man. Right, without warning. And it's not
Mhm,
really without warning, right? Because the Lord has his men out here telling you what's about to come to pass, man. He's telling you
mhm,
what to be prepared for, man. Right now we don't know like the time and the hour, no man knows except for the Most High, right? But we know that
mhm.
these things, are coming. They're surely coming, man. There's nothing you can do, against these prophecies, man. So they're gonna come to pass. But we've been given this foresight, to prepare ourselves in the spirit, to get ready for this day, right? Get ready for these evil times.
That's right.
Uh,
Want to continue on?
Con, we can read down to 7.
Con. This is First Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3, and it reads, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape."
Right. When they shall say peace and safety, man. Right. What are people doing right now? They're saying peace and safety. Right. They're
Mhm.
they're in the comforts of the this mirth, man. You know,
That's right.
people don't really start feeling the squeeze on things because they're too engulfed in these enchantments, man. Right. But then we get into next year and people realize that they wasted all their money on these Christmas gifts, on these Thanksgiving meals, on these what's it called, New Year's celebrations, right? People gonna spend all their money and not to realize their bills is 5 days away, right? So you don't spend all your rent money up, and now on a PlayStation 5, and now you got to go pay bills now. So now they're taking out all this credit, right? People are already in debt, right? People are already in financial straits, but they do these things to try to cling to some type of hope and happiness, man. But like you said,
Mhm.
that peace and safety, sudden destruction shall come upon them, man. Right? And that sudden destruction is right around the corner, man. Brothers
yeah,
in the spirit have been saying when they release this Epstein list, right? There's got to be some major event that takes place, in the wake of that, man, right? Because they don't want that to become national headlines. They want to try
Mhm.
to draw and divert attention away from this, man. So there's going to be something that happens in the world, right? That's going to, cause a distraction, man. Because Esau, that's his mo, man. Distractions, enchantments, right? He does all these things to control the minds of the people to get them off of the true problems that the earth is in, man.
yeah, precept.
Kind of go ahead.
This is Proverbs Mashoya, chapter 22. We get verse 3. It says, "A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself." All right, prudent man going into the elect. All right, ultimately, the Lord has pretty much given the vision, like what it mentions in Proverbs 29 and verse 18, I believe. A prudent, it says, where there is no vision, the people perish. So the elect have the vision. You see, they ultimately have the understanding of the prophecies, which ultimately
Mhm.
is abiding in the secret place of the Lord. All right, Amos 3 and 7. Psalms the 91st chapter. I'm gonna keep going. It says, "A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished." All right, and just like it says in Proverbs 1 and verse 32, the turn the way of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. Roughly paraphrasing, you see, so those without the vision is ultimately going to perish because they didn't take heed to the message when they ultimately had the opportunity. You know,
That's right. I got a precept to
Uh,
back you up, your one. This is Matthew 7 and verse 24. It says, "Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon that rock."
mm-hmm.
And that rock being Yahushua. You know. But verse 26. This is talking about everybody else who ain't being upon Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. You know. This is verse 26. "And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon sand." And that sand being, America, being upon Esau, Edom, right? In Isaiah, was it 30? The 30th chapter, it says, The strength of Pharaoh and the trust in Egypt shall be your confusion. So, roughly paraphrasing,
Mhm.
right? That's what you're gonna see with a lot of people, man, that's trusting upon America, that's leaning upon this infrastructure, thinking that they're gonna be able to pretty much make it out of the storm, so to speak, right? Verse 27, and the rains descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it, right? And there's gonna be a great many deaths that's gonna befall a lot of people out here, man, just because hey, they didn't build their house upon that rock, which is Yahweh Shah.
Or I got another one land backing off you. This is Nahum, Psalms 11 and verse 3. It says, if the foundations be destroyed, what can the righteous do? You see, so ultimately,
Mm,
the righteous is maintaining and abiding in that rock, the foundation. That's why it says in the latter verses or the beginning verses of what you just read. Pretty much the righteous was going to be good. Because they was going to abide in that the true foundation. You see, but those that was abiding in that Ezekiel chapter 13, though that untempered mortar, that's going to fall when the storm comes.
that's right.
All right. Come on, hey, Bumble Shot, grab Isaiah 30 and start at 12. And then
I'll get.
Yeshaya, you go Isaiah 47 and 11. Bumble Shot.
You said 30 and 12.
God.
This is Yeshaya, Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 12. All right, it reads. It says, "Wherefore thus saith the Lord, the Holy One of Yahshua, because ye despise His word and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant."
Right. So you put your trust, right? You trusted in, Esau, Edom. You trusted in Egypt, right? You trust in these holidays. You trust in these, this witchcraft and enchantments, right? Because Jake knows, right? They just don't care. They don't care about, what these holidays truly represent, man. Right. And they ultimately, they're complicit, in these things, man. So as we see, right, they put their trust in there, man, and they despise the word, but they trust in oppression and perverseness and stay there wrong. So going to those foundations, right? Right, that foundation, they put their stability, into this witchcraft system, man. Right. So then it
Mhm.
says, this iniquity shall be unto you as a breach ready to fall. So a great dam, right? That's holding up all the iniquity, that and all the judgment that the Lord has stored up for these people, man. Right,
That's right.
swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. Right, so going back to that First Thessalonians, right? This thing is going to come quickly, man. Right,
Hmm.
and we're watching that breach. Right, you see, if you see in movies that where they talk about dams breaking and things of that nature, the waters is getting real turbulent, man. Right, it's cracks in
Hmm.
the wall, it's little water spurts coming out the sides. So we know this thing is about to bust, man. This thing is about to break, and it's going to happen, suddenly, without the people being prepared, man. Right, but the prophets are out here warning you, like, look, the Lord's indignation is about to come, and He's about to send Esau in as a flood, man. Right, and on
Hmm.
top of Esau, it's going to be various spiritual judgments that take place as well, man. Right, and so that's why we're saying, this this could very well be, the last season of Mirth, the last time, right, the last smiles these people have on their faces, man. Right, because
Hmm.
everything is about to collapse, man.
Right. And I also want to say as well, it ain't called Jacob's trouble for no reason, man. Y'all Jakes, y'all think y'all gonna be able to, escape through some bunkers or be able to be good in that time or be like Rambo. Nah, man. Hey, the Most High has it specifically designed and designated for y'all motherfuckers to be judged. He has specific judgments for each individual who ain't a part of who ain't on Yahweh Shimi Hawashai side, man.
Right.
Mhm.
So hey, y'all better take heed because y'all's worst nightmare is gonna come to pass, man.
Right. I'm gonna read this from Priest number one, Jim Shining Light Ba, Shalom Mak,
Yeah,
Yahweh
shalom.
Shabbat. This is Psalm 127 and 1. It reads, except the Lord build the house, they it's like they labor in vain that build it. Except the Lord keep the city, the watchman watcheth, but in vain. Right? So we see, these men who are watchmen over the city, man, right? But they're watching in vain, right? These
Mhm.
false prophets are watching in vain because they're not watching for the Lord, they're watching for the protection of Esau city, man. right? We're
Right.
watching for the protection of Yasharala. We're giving them the warning out to those, the elect, ultimately, man, those who are going to receive it,
Mhm.
right? But so what we're doing, our labors aren't in vain, right? These men are building the houses in vain. They're laboring in vain, to build a house that the Lord ultimately is not with, man, right? They're watching, to protect, a city that the Lord has intended to destroy, so that warning is going out in vain to these people because they're not giving them the warning from the Lord. They're giving them the warning, from Esau, Edom, or to protect themselves, in carnal means, man. They're not giving them the spiritual hedge that the Lord is sending out, man.
That's right.
And that's going back to that Ezekiel 13, right? Those untempered walls or that untempered mortar, right? Because it's not actually. Let me go back and grab that slide. Let me see. Um, I'll start here in Ezekiel 13 and 10. It says, I'll start in 9. It reads, I'll start in 8 slot. It's Ezekiel 13 and 8. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, because ye have spoken vanity and seen lies. Therefore, behold, I am against you, saith the Lord power. And mine hands shall be upon the prophets that see vanity and that divine lies. They shall not be in the assembly of my people, neither shall they be written in the writing of the house of Israel, neither shall they enter into the land of Israel. And ye shall know that I am the Lord power. Right? It's going back to those vain speakings, man. Right? Building in
Mhm.
vain, watching in vain. Right? It says, because they have seduced my people, saying peace, and there was no peace. Right? So they shall say peace and safety, but what? Sudden destruction shall come, man. It says, they shall say peace, and there was no peace. And one built up a wall, and lo, others daubed it with untempered mortar. Say unto them which daubed it with untempered mortar that it shall fall. There shall be an overflowing shower, and ye, O great hailstones, shall fall, and a stormy wind shall rend it. And what's that storm, man? Right? Yahweh Shemah Shah's judgment coming upon the land. That's the storm that's coming, right? And it's not going to be able to hold up against that untempered mortar is not going to be able to hold up against that storm, man. Against those hailstones, right? Against
Mhm.
that strong wind, that overflowing shower, right? It says,
Right.
"Lo, when the wall is fallen, it shall not be said unto you." It's like when that wall is fallen, shall it not be said unto you, where is the daubing wherewith ye have daubed it? So people are going to be wondering, right? Why is what you put up as salvation, right, as protection, why did that not hold up? Why did that not, continue on and throughout the winds, man, throughout the destruction, throughout the turmoil, right? Because
Mhm.
ultimately it wasn't of Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. So it had to be destroyed.
That's right. I got a precept to back you up, brother. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 3. It says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up. So ultimately, man, these false prophets, man, they're out here building up the kingdom of heaven right now. That's not gonna happen, man. The Most High ain't with that. Right now is the time to tear this place down. You're building up on a place that's about to be torn down. Y'all are watching, but y'all don't know what y'all watching for. So y'all are watching in vain and y'all building in vain, like the brother was going into. I'm gonna read just a little bit more. Verse 4. It says, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. Right. And as we see right now, these other Israelites, they're having Israelite parties. They're throwing a Passover, which is supposed to be a solemn assembly, but they're making it into a party, having fun, dancing, laughing, right? Hey, and this times that we're coming into, man, hey, it's a time for weeping and mourning. And soon we're gonna see a lot of people weeping and mourning, you know. But like it says in Matthew 24th chapter, it's gonna be as the days of Noah, right? People gonna be drinking, you know, singing, laughing, partying it up, getting married and giving it to marriage. But then what? Sudden destruction, man.
Sure.
Your brother got it.
Uh, you grab that Isaiah 47 book stuff.
Isaiah.
I get it. It's Isaiah chapter 47. You want verse 1?
starting 10.
Now, in Isaiah 47 and verse 10, it says, "For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. Thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know."
Right. So like we're reading in on Second Thessalonians or First Thessalonians again, right? Suddenly, right? These things are going to take place quickly, man. Right? We're watching things ramp up, right? And we know that they're going to take place, in faster and faster fashions, man. So like I said, people trusted their wickedness. Now this chapter, in particular, is speaking on the pride of Esau, right? But this Jake falls into these same characteristics, man. Right? So they have this same pride, man. Right? They trust in wickedness. Right? They say none seeth me. Right? They don't believe they're gonna face retribution and righteous recompense. Right? For their deeds, man. For their wickedness. Right? It says it has perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Because that's the pride, right? The pride of Esau. But Jake has, absorbed that same pride, man. Right? These niggas out here, don't believe, that, there's a power that's coming to judgment, man. They don't believe that they're going to be held responsible for their acts, man. They don't believe, that there's something out there, that's ultimately holding a standard for you, man. Right? So they come and they commit all this wickedness, and they say, I am, and none else beside me, man. Right? Esau is doing it, and Jacob is following suit, man. So, like I said, therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, right? Because it's going to be coming from all sides, man. Right? You read Second Ezra 16th chapter, right? It talks about how that is coming from all sides, right? It says, mischief shall fall upon thee. Sorry, mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off, and thou shalt uh, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. So all these things are going to take place quickly, man. Right? So we see the height of pride usually starts to take place, during these mirthful months, man, during the season of mirth, right? Throughout all these wicked holidays, man, these holidays, right, as brothers have coined, right? So these things are taking time. These people is about to, be done away with suddenly, man. They're going to be in sudden desolation. As in 2024, right? Very may well be the last year of all of this, man.
God. Want me to go back to that First Thessalonians?
God, okay. And then we can
God, this
finish
is
that out. We can close with that if Rose ain't have anything else.
God. This is First Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse. I'm gonna read verse 3 again. It says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape."
And they shall not escape, man. There's no escape. If a brother could grab that in the NLT, just to see what it says. NLT like to put things in layman's terms and make it easily
God,
understood for Jake, right? Because sometimes the King James will tell you something, but then the NLT will tell you, more plainly, more directly.
God,
Comment. Well,
this is First Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3 in the NLT. It reads, "When people are saying everything is peaceful and secure, then disaster will fall on them as suddenly as a pregnant woman's labor pains begin, and there will be no escape."
Right? No escape, man. Right? Great destruction is gonna fall upon these people, and that right that you read in Amos 8th chapter. It talks about how it's gonna be no hope left, man. Right? It's gonna be only darkness. Right? This whole thing, right, is ultimately leading to the culmination of great destruction, man. Right? And it's unavoidable. If you're not in the side of righteousness, you're on the side of wickedness. So the Lord is gonna
Right,
have a wicked reward, saved for you, man. Whether it be you catching a missile, right? Whether it be you perishing in the famine, you perishing at the teeth of wild beasts, right? You dying by the sword, right? You die. I mean, you could die in any manner of of ways, man. Right? The Lord has judgment set before. All
That's
these
right.
people, man. That's why I said they shall not escape. Because if you escape one peril, you're gonna walk into another peril, and you're gonna walk into another peril. And look, man, it's gonna be on all sides as we have just read.
That's right. Continuing on. First Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 4 says, "But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all the children of light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness."
Right. So Lord willing, right, we be those children of light, man. We continue in this work, right? We endure until the end, right? Laquatiza, to the end, right? We be, so this this night shall not overtake you, man, as a thief, right? So you don't get caught up in these judgments, man. So that you don't get overtaken, right? So that your spirit stays strong, right, throughout all this turmoil and adversity, man. That's why we continue to pray for the spirit of endurance.
That's right. Continuing on, verse 6. "Therefore let us not sleep as others do, but let us watch and be sober.
Mm-hmm.
For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night."
Right. So let us not sleep, man. Stay alert, right? Wake up to what's happening, man. Right. Open your spiritual eyes, to everything. Scriptures tell you to be circumspect to all things, man. Right. They tell you to be circumspect because we know that the days are evil, man. Right. We know great evil times, man. Terrible times are about to befall the earth, right? So it's our job as watchmen, to be able to disseminate these things as we, see them take place. But even the believers, you still have to be on your watch, man. You still have to be looking around and seeing what's taking place, man, because evils and only evils are coming, man, right? So you have to understand, why these evils are taking place and what, in what fashion they're taking place, man, right? So that's why it says they that sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night, man. Right? Because we have to stay up and watch and be sober, man. Be sober minded. Don't be taken in the cares of this life, right? Don't be what's the word overwhelmed, right? With trying to build up yourself in this society, man. Because it's all vanity ultimately, man. Right? And the only protection that can protect you from this night, from this darkness, is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man.
That's right. That's right. Hey, I got just one precept.
Mm-hmm.
This is Matthew 24 and verse 32. It says, "Now learn the parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. So like so likewise, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors." So we've been given, certain tokens, which are the prophecies to let us know what times we're living in. Second Ezra 9 and 1, measure out the time diligently within themselves. That's how we know what time we're living in, right? We've been given the breakdowns, we've been given the understanding of these things to our apostles and elders on down. So now all we gotta do, like the brother said, they stay upon our watch, man, unless we get caught sleeping out here. And as we know, hey, the Most High is going to come as a thief in the night, and and at night everybody's asleep, right? So you don't want to get caught asleep out here, man.
Exactly.
That's pretty much it.
God. You got anything you want?
Lie.
Hey,
Come.
so we pray our list was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shemal Shai, man. Right? Just a quick response. This could be the last, the last of these wicked holidays, man. Right? This could be the last time, we have to endure, this season of mirth, Lord willing. But again, we pray that lesson was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shemal Shai. We want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Hashai, Hakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. Hey,
Shalom.
Nasharala. Hey, shalom.
Shalom.